Namaste, Dandava Pranam. By the instruction and grace of our spiritual master, Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa, Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj, we are here reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're also paying our humble obeisance to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada for providing us this very nice commentary and translation of Srimad Bhagavatam. And following the guidance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who said if we cannot understand something about Srimati Radharani through reading Bhagavatam, then our study has been for waste. So following his guidance, we are praying to Srimati Radharani. Yadi seva vanchitasyama yasya kripaya vayam labema Sarvam praptuma prayojanam Damni Shri Bhagavat Pade Krishna Sambandhi Sarvam Cha Yadina Janimahe Tutam Ashtadashasu Sahasreshu Shlokanam Bhagavat Oktishu Radharanimna Vindamatada Nishphalam Bhagavat Adhyayanam Radhikaya kripam vina vyartasyat sarva parishrama. If we are cheated out of serving that personality whose mercy awards us everything we need, including residence in the Lord's holy Dham and all things connected to Krishna, and if we cannot understand or discover Radharani within the 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, then our study of Srimad Bhagavatam has been pointless. Without the mercy of Srimati Radharani, all our efforts are in vain. So we are continuing our reading today from Canto 4, The Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 29. Talks between Nārada and King Prācīnabarhi. Text 11. Nalini nalini nase Gandha saraba uchate Grano vadhuto mukyasyam Vipano vagrasa vidrasa. The two doors named Nalini and Nalini should be known as the two nostrils, and the city named Saraba represents aroma. The companion spoken of as avadut is the sense of smell. The door called mukya is the mouth, and vipina is the faculty of speech. Rasagya is the sense of taste. Purport. The word avadut means most free. A person is not under the rules and regulations of any injunction when he has attained the stage of avadut. In other words, he can act as he likes. This avadut stage is exactly like air, which does not care for any obstruction. In Bhagavad Gita 6.34, it is said, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavadradam tasyaham nigraham manye Vayor eva sudushkaram. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna, and to subdue it seems to me more difficult than controlling the wind. Just as the air or wind cannot be checked by anyone, the two nostrils situated in one place enjoy the sense of smell without impediment. When the tongue is present, the mouth continually tastes all kinds of relishable foodstuffs. Text 12. Apano vyavaharo tra chitram ando bahudanam pitrihar dakshinakarna utaro devahu smita. The city called Apana represents the engagement of the tongue in speech, and Bahudana is the variety of foodstuffs. The right ear is called the gate of Pitrahu, and the left ear is called the gate of Devahu. Text 13. Pravritam cha nivritam cha shastram panchala samgitam pitriyanam devayanam shrotrach trutra dharad rajet. Nārada Muni continued, the city spoken of as Dakshin Panchala represents the scriptures meant for directing the pravritti, the process of sense enjoyment and fruitive activities. The other city, named Uttara Panchal, represents the scriptures meant for decreasing fruitive activities and increasing knowledge. The living entity receives different kinds of knowledge by means of 2 ears, and some living entities are promoted to Pitraloka and some to Devaloka. All this is made possible by the 2 ears. Purport. The Vedas are known as Shruti, and the knowledge received from them through oral reception is called Shrutadhara. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, one can be promoted to the planets of the demigods, or to the planets of the Pittas, forefathers, or even to the Vaikuntha planets simply through the process of hearing. These things have already been explained in previous chapters. Text 14. Asuri medram arvagdvar myavayo graminam rati upasto dormada prokto niritir guda uchate. The city called Gramaka, which is approached through the lower gate of Asuri, the genital organ, is meant for sex, which is very pleasing to common men who are simply fools and rascals. The faculty of procreation is called Dormada, and the rectum is called Niriti. Purport. When the world becomes degraded, civilization becomes demoniac, and for the common man, the rectum and the genitals are taken very seriously as the centers of all activity. Even in such a sacred place as Vrindavan, India, unintelligent men pass off this rectal and genital business as spiritual activity. Such people are called sahaja. According to their philosophy, through sexual indulgence, one can elevate oneself to the spiritual platform. From these verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, however, we understand that the desires for sexual satisfaction are meant for the arvak, the lowest among men. To rectify these rascals and fools is very difficult. After all, the sex desires of the common man are condemned in these verses. The word dormada means wrongly directed, and niriti means sinful activity. Although this clearly indicates that sex indulgence is abominable and misdirected, even from the ordinary point of view, the sahajas nonetheless pass themselves off as devotees conducting spiritual activities. For this reason, Vrindavan is no longer visited by intelligent men. We are often asked why we have made our center in Vrindavan. From the external point of view, it can be concluded that Vrindavan has become degenerate due to these sahaja activities. Yet from the spiritual point of view, Vrindavan is the only place where all these sinful persons can be rectified by means of taking birth in the forms of dogs, hogs, and monkeys. By living in Vrindavan as a dog, hog, or monkey, the living entity can be elevated to the spiritual platform in the next life. Text 15. Vaishasam narakam payor lubdakondo tume shrinu hashta pado pumam stabyam yukto yati karoti cha. When it is said that Puranjana goes to Vaishasa, it is meant that he goes to hell. He is accompanied by Lubdhaka, which is the working sense in the rectum. Formerly, I have also spoken of 2 blind associates. These associates should be understood as the hands and legs. Being helped by the hands and legs, the living entity performs all kinds of work and moves hither and thither. Text 16. Antapuram chahridayam visuchir mana uchate tatra moham prashadam va harsham prapnoti tad gunai. The word antapura refers to the heart. The word vishuchina means going everywhere, which indicates the mind. Within the mind, the living entity enjoys the effects of the modes of material nature. These effects sometimes cause illusion, sometimes satisfaction, and sometimes jubilation. Purport. The mind and intelligence of the living entity in material existence are affected by the modes of material nature, and according to the association of the material modes, the mind is habituated to go here and there. The heart feels satisfaction, jubilation, or illusion according to the effects of the modes of material nature. Actually, the living entity in his material condition remains inert. It is the modes of the material nature that act on the mind and heart. The results are enjoyed or suffered by the living entity. This is clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita 3.27. Prakrite kriyamanani gunhai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. The bewildered spirit soul under the influence of the three modes of material nature thinks himself the doer of activities that are in actuality carried out by nature. Okay, and thus ends our reading for today. We'll continue from text 17 on Wednesday. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada Srila Guru Maharaj Srila Gurudev Srila Acharya Dev Ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the worldwide devotees. Sama Bhaktivedanta Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Mayapur Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ju Ki Jai, Ganga Mai, Yamuna Mai Ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Giri Govardhan, Gupta Govardhan Dham Ki Jai, Shyam Kund, Radha Kund Ki Jai, Tulsi Devi, Bhakti Devi, Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Jai Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai, Scientific Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai, Princeton Bhaktivedanta Institute Ki Jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat Ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari 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 Bo, Jai Shrimati Uma Devi Dasi Ki Jai.
Sripad Krishna Keshav Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai Gurudev. Dandavats Devi.